And as the high-stakes summit between US President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin ends, the fate of Ukraine hangs in the balance. After over 3 years of war, the death toll is in the hundreds of thousands. Entire cities have been wiped off the map. And now the front line is shifting once again, with Russia mounting a dangerous new push on Donetsk. In this report, we break down the war in cold, hard numbers. Take a look.
"3 years, hundreds of thousands of troops killed on both sides, and 20% of Ukrainian land captured by Russia. This war has been the deadliest in Europe since World War II, and specifically for Russia. 15 times deadlier than the Soviet-Afghan War, 10 times bloodier than Chechnya. The fighting has been fierce. 24,259 battles reported in just 1 week. 24,839 air and drone strikes. 16,716 shelling attacks. And dozens of civilian attacks. In July alone, 6,200 attack drones launched by Russia. Part of what is being described as a grind-down strategy that is aimed at overwhelming Ukraine's relatively weaker air defenses. What these drone swarms do is clear the way for deadlier cruise missiles to be launched. Ukraine's deep strike drones continue to hit high-value targets inside Russia, but the front line keeps shifting. Pokrovsk, a key highway and rail hub in Donetsk, is now partially encircled by Russian troops. Ukraine has rushed reinforcements to hold the line, including the Azov Brigade. But it isn't enough to hold off the Russian advance. In August, Russian forces advanced 10 kilometers beyond the front lines in Donetsk, and more settlements in eastern Ukraine continue to fall to Russian hands each day. Russia now controls 114,500 square kilometers, that's about 20% of Ukraine. It holds almost all of Luhansk, 3/4 of Donetsk, and most of Zaporizhia and Kherson. Now it is pushing to seize the rest. On Russia's target, the so-called Fortress Belt, a 50-kilometer defensive chain of cities, including Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, and Konstantinivka, and the latest major Ukrainian stronghold in the east. Earlier in May, Russia seized 215 square miles of Ukrainian territory, its biggest land grab of the year. Over 3 years of war, and the toll is staggering. Russia's attacks have doubled since US President Donald Trump took office 6 months ago, and so has Russia's ballistic missile production, up 66% in a year. The war has also displaced 10 million Ukrainians. That's nearly a quarter of the entire country's population. Their future and the fate of the war is in the hands of the two leaders meeting in Alaska today. Bureau Report, WION World is One.